Trickman, and receiver Traylon Ray. Questions for Traylon? Ray?
Traylon, to start with the difference in quarterbacks. Is there a difference? I mean, left-handed, right-handed, but, you know, what is the difference between the two from a receiver standpoint?
I mean, there's a difference, of course. You know, Nico's a little bit of a taller guy, you know, and he's a lefty. Gigi's a righty, you know. But at the same time, we've worked with both of them for so long and so much, so, you know, there's not really much of a difference for me and our receivers. You know, you see 6 back there. You know, as a receiver, your job's to go to catch it. You see 8 back there, got the same job, so, you know.
A lot of different routes. I mean, it seemed that, you know, last week or Arizona, it was a lot of slant routes until all of a sudden you hit the go route. Mm-hmm. So is that something that Nico throws really well, that sort of quick slant?
Yeah, Nico, he has a good touch for, you know, quick game and slant routes and stuff like that. But I wouldn't say they have much difference in, you know, the quick game and the deep ball. Both of them have, you know, amazing arms, strong arms. So I wouldn't say there's much of a difference.
How'd you take advantage of last week?
I mean, I watched the film on them. You know, I saw how their DBs played, and, you know, we knew we could take deep shots on them, take quick game on them. And then once we got in the game, they didn't press as much. They played a little bit more off. So we took advantage of that, started throwing slants, started throwing some stuff up the middle. So.
Did you watch games last weekend, or did you just totally, you know, some guys, like, I just want to get away. Were you into the games?
Yeah, I was watching some of the games. It was me and Rod. We were at the house watching some of the games, and just us watching. It was honestly just a crazy weekend of college football.
Did you watch conference games, or you watch Ohio State, Penn State game?
I watched Ohio State, Penn State, but I also watched conference games. I think it was the Houston game we watched, and we watched the what was the other one? Iowa State game. So.
What goes through your head when you see those teams lose to people think they're similar teams as you guys, but was it more Sean talked about it, he immediately thought, like, I wish it was us, we should have beat them?
You know, yeah, we in my opinion, you know, we should have beat everybody, you know. That's just it's our team, so I would have liked to beat them. You know, we just didn't. And then as I was watching the game, you know, they made the least mistakes in the game. It was a rain game, you know, so they made the least mistakes as they were playing. So I feel like that was, you know, very important in those games.
What's going to be important in this game coming up Saturday against Cincinnati, in your opinion?
Just keeping our head down and working, honestly. You know, a lot of people look at our season outside of the team. They might think, oh, well, the season's over. I mean, not for us. We're taking it day by day, coming in here every single day, just looking forward to practice, you know. And then we come this weekend. We're going to go in there, keep our head down, work, hopefully win, and do the same thing next week.
When you're able to have a break this far into the season, 8 games into the season, how beneficial is that for you guys, not just physically to heal up, but mentally just to kind of have a break?
I mean, the mental part is very important, honestly. Sometimes even more important than the physical part, just because of, you know, what's been going on during the season. And I think everybody on the team just needed a break.
You have a favorite route you like to run, and what do you think you run best? Are they the same or different?
I mean, I really like in-breaking routes, but, you know, any ball down the field, I like to go get it.
So every receiver would have to like a deep ball.
Yeah, that ball's in the air. I mean, it's just you and the defender at that point.
You've been close on some long plays this year. Was there like a sense of relief or anything after the touchdown in Arizona?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've had long passes this season. You know, against Kansas, I've had a long pass. You know, so it was just more important. Like, it was very important to me just because that, you know, I get tackled when I make the long pass. I didn't really finish, in my opinion. So just me being able to finish on that play, that was very important.
When people are evaluating receivers, obviously looking at catches, yards, touchdowns,
Mm-hmm.
but how would you evaluate your game this year from where you progressed this year, last year?
This year, I mean, I've just been playing bigger, honestly. A lot of guys, you know, they play man against us. Every team we play, they play man against us. So I've been able to just get off of man coverage, get a lot of separation. So that's just a big factor in my game that I didn't have last year. I was getting open, but this year I feel like it's a lot easier for me to get open.
How do you get open against that press coverage? Did it just take you a year getting stronger? What was the key to that?
I always got off the line pretty good. There was no struggling getting off the line, but it was more in once I get in the phase, they put their hands on me. That's when it was a big problem, just because of my weight. My weight wasn't, up. They could push me around a little bit, but now, I got a little bit more muscle on me, got a little bit more weight on me. So once I get down the field, I can just, get them off of me and then use my speed to just create more separation.
Back to the quarterbacks, Coach Brown's even mentioned, there really isn't a ton of drop-off with either quarterback under center. How nice is that for you guys as receivers that that's the case? That, if a new guy has to, if Garrett's in or Nico's in, it's like, okay, there's no, like, big change or big drop-off or we can't do this. You can kind of keep doing the same things you want to do.
It's really important just for receivers, just because, like, once we got here, like, we have all the receivers here. We made sure we built a relationship with both of them. Anytime we throw with Garrett, we're throwing with Nico. So we're just, Garrett being out, it wasn't a big, factor to us, because we knew, okay, well, if we put 8 in, he's going to be able to make the same throws Garrett makes. He's going to be able to, get out the pocket like Garrett does, because Nico's a pretty big guy. So it was relief, just because, like, yeah, we don't want to see 6 go down, but at the same time, we know 8 can back them up.
It's going to be weird going against Bartlett.
A little bit, yeah. Just seeing his face on the field on the other team, it's going to be a little weird, but, no friends on the field, so.
You talked to him at all this year, especially going into this game?
I talked to him. It was actually funny. We ran into each other when I was coming back to Morgantown. When he was going to Cincinnati, we ran into each other in the airport. So that was funny, cool little moment.
With the way that transfers happen and guys move, is that still weird, getting less weird, that you would see kind of former teammates in different spots?
It's still a little weird, but at the same time, this age of football, it's become normal. So.
What's it like having a fellow receiver as a roommate? Do you guys talk ball 24/7? Do you try to explore some other avenues?
Honestly, during football season, we do talk ball. Like, we'll turn the game on and stuff like that, and we'll watch during the week or our off time. But, that's Rod. He's one of my best friends up here, so, like, we don't have to talk about ball. A lot of time, we really honestly talk about basketball more than we talk about football.
You both miss it?
Yeah.
Who's better?
I'll say me.
We've always known you being close with Rodney. How would you, as another wide receiver, evaluate his game? There's been a noticeable jump this year from last year. He's learning a new position a little bit.
Yeah, no. Rod's gotten stronger too. Rod's been able to break a lot of tackles, as y'all can see. When you watch the games, and then also he's just such a quick dude. Like, his twitches, it's something that as I watch my teammates, I try to take a little bit of game from everybody. And, like, when I watch him, like, his ability, to just elude from guys and then break tackles is special.
What's that like to sit down and watch a game with a teammate? Like, when I'm watching with my buddies, I'm positive I don't have the same conversations as you guys do, because I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So, like, what's that like for you guys to really be able to have that deep knowledge and break things down as you're just kind of watching for fun?
It's sometimes, we're having fun as we're watching, but sometimes we'll, like, we'll get a little mad because we'll see something on the screen that we'll be like, oh, you should have threw it here or something like that. Or he'll be like, oh my God, he's right there. He's wide open and stuff like that. So we're kind of like we're watching film sometimes.
Is that nice to do, or would you kind of at some time be able to kind of almost turn the brain off and just watch for fun? Or can you even do that as a college athlete?
Honestly, like, we're around football so much, like, it's hard to just turn it off, like, when you want to turn it off. So, as we're watching the games, we try not to, get too into it, but, like, sometimes you just can't help it.
Give me your scout on some of the young receivers behind you guys. Dede Farmer's played some, but a lot of them haven't played much yet. Give me your, what are you seeing out of them?
All my guys, they're going to be special once they're in the program. Like, they've been lifting, every morning, getting stronger. Once they actually learn how to read defenses and stuff, like Ricky D, Dede, that's my dog right there. Like, before he even got here, you know, I was once he committed and stuff like that, you know, I talked to him, and you know, once he got up here, we hang out a lot, and then Brandon's gonna be special. Once he just takes that step that every college football player needs to take, once he just takes that step, once he grows a little bit, and I feel like he's going to be an amazing player. Same with Dom. You know, they're all just – Dom's really fast. Like, once that kid learns how to, you know, run his routes and, you know, just be able to play the receiver position like a receiver, you know, he's going to be special as well.